with the intent to enable Indian businesses digitize and move to the cloud at velocity and scale. SAP India will be taking its innovative Rise with SAP technologies to their doorsteps. Presenting the Transformation Express. Over 45 days, the Transformation Express will travel over 7,000 kilometers and cover 13 cities to engage with thousands of companies, giving them a glimpse of how cloud technology can prepare their business for the future. The Transformation Express will offer function and industry-based solutions showcases, virtual reality-driven immersive demos, and cloud transformation sessions by experts, and more. Transformation Express, on the way to your city soon.
Business architect, supporting professional services and miscellaneous industries, with Wipro Limited as one of my key strategic accounts. Wipro Limited is a $8 billion global technology consulting and services company with over 230,000 employees supporting operations across 6 continents. In about 2018, Wipro had embarked on an end-to-end digital transformation journey with Project Quantum. The scope of Project Quantum and the vision was around supporting a one Wipro vision, enabling a transformation across process, people, data, and ecosystems. So why RISE? As an account team, we got into discussions with the CIO office, and it was very clear both to SAP and Wipro that, while the SAP consulting teams and the Wipro teams were coming together full force to make Quantum go live, if we really looked at run operations model, there were significant challenges and we needed to address them. And one of the key fundamentals that Wipro wanted to drive now going forward was a resilient architecture that could sustain future innovation. And Anup Purohit, the CIO, clearly outlined 3 key imperatives for him when it came to quantum and the resilient architecture vision that he had. One is friction-free governance and support across software, services, infrastructure, and support. The second was move away from was people innovation, and in the people innovation agenda, he was clear that his IT team needs to move away from run operations to innovation, and true innovation, which means that they're really impacting business, bringing in solutions that could really transform business. The third was move away from a DIY cloud model. They had gone through the heartburn of trying to manage all these things themselves. They were very clear that they wanted to get into a managed cloud model. Let companies run. The companies that know best how to run cloud manage that while they focus on running their operations. And finally, in the longer run, the vision that he has is to move to a true service availability model. The Wipro engagement overall has been a true testament of one SAP spirit for me. I think it was seeing one SAP in action. They say it takes an army to move a mountain. We had over 50 plus SAP team members engaged during the course of this engagement, with each and every team member ready to support at the drop of a hat. Know when to lead and when to follow. There was no one leader because we had so many topics to cover, whether it was data security, whether it was technical architecture, whether it was certain LOB solutions, getting an understanding of those solutions. We each led in our areas of strength. With the end goal as the customer vision in mind. We agreed to disagree, but finally, we went in with the advice of the expert. The third was program management. I think with this size of team, the complexity that we were sitting with, as a team, we were aligned on the internal vision. We had clear clarity on tasks and dependencies through documentation, We had thorough documentation. We documented every single clarification raised by the customer. We had a clear relationship map. Who owns which relationship? What relationships is ICA going to own? What relationships are the account team going to own? When we got into a briefing, everybody had the same briefing note. So we had one single voice as a team. It didn't matter whether it was, Bhavna speaking or Amol speaking or Pushkar or Raghav. We always had consistency in our messaging to the customer, which ensured that through the engagement, I could say that it was smooth as butter going forward. Rise at Wipro is not the end, but the start to Wipro's transformation journey into the cloud. With Rise, we are, confident that Wipro will achieve the architectural resilience that they are looking at on the SOR layer and provide us opportunities to help customer, drive true business innovation going forward and adopting more and
From brilliantly written television commercials to quirky social media posts and comments, Pidilite is always focused on solving problems for their customers. Pioneer of adhesive technology since its inception in 1959, Pidilite Industries has been a leader in consumer and specialty chemicals in India, focusing on ease of use and value for money products. The company, which started with a single factory that manufactured only one product, which was Fevicol, now has a diversified product portfolio from adhesives to sealants, waterproofing solutions, construction chemicals, arts and crafts, industrial resins, polymers, and many, many more. This innovation-driven organization employs more than 6,500 employees in 8 different countries across 56 different plants for 600 plus products which are exported to 80 plus countries. My name is Girish Dhonge, ICA leader for digital supply chain solutions, and I'm really happy to share a fantastic journey we have embarked on with Pidilite. Over the last few years, Pidilite has leveraged digital transformation as an integral part of business strategy to deliver strong research-driven innovations overlaid with the consumer insights. Procurement is the critical function to fuel these innovations by ensuring the availability of right material and services at right time with cost leadership. Most of the raw materials are imported and are crude based. So whenever the crude prices or rupees value fluctuate, that impacts the COGS and in turn the bottom line of the organization. Long-term strategic relationships with suppliers are critical success factors to shorten the design to launch process. While Pidilite procurement team brings great experience and insights by leveraging the data from independent commodity intelligence services like ICIS, they also leverage their historical purchase prices, which are captured in their SAP system, share of business to effectively collaborate with their suppliers. All this information is essential for them to look at the fluctuating raw material prices and the availability of key raw materials. They were looking for a platform which will help them to identify the net demand, predict the should cost basis multiple factors in line with market price index, supplier discovery, transparent negotiation process, and decision support system or scenario analysis to define the share of business for their key suppliers. Now, while we looked at multiple solutions during this 8-month engagement, we realized that SAP Ariba Sourcing, SAP Analytics Cloud, specifically the Predictive Edition, SAP BTP, will deliver this cost leadership operational excellence, transparency, and compliance the Pidilite team was looking for. This engagement started as an innovation topic with Gunta, Vriddhi, Kamlesh, and Bhavna. And then slowly we started interacting with the Pidilite team in a design thinking led discovery approach, which was led by Kalandi, Venkat, Varun, Tanu, Vinay, Ryan, Jayesh, and our partner Infrabeat. Our leadership team, Ashwini, Kulwant, and Gunter, they provided the confidence and commitment to deliver this vision with a brilliant proof of concept. When we reflect back in terms of what were the unique things in this specific engagement, I think the deep understanding of customer requirements with design thinking led discovery, the understanding of their should cost, demand plan, decision support analytics had been always a tricky topic of discussion for many of our customers. With S4HANA, Ariba, SAC, and BTP, we could not only address this challenge for Pidilite, but we are confident that these learnings and assets would help many of our other customers as well. The proof of concept with the innovation team was the critical differentiator to beat many of our competitors in this engagement. One of the most satisfying engagement for one of the most trusted and innovative brand. I'm confident this would pave way in many other customers in India and globally. S4HANA, Ariba, SAC, BTP is like that फेविकॉल का मजबूत जोड़ जो कभी टूटेगा नहीं. Thank you.
My belief in this age-old adage became even stronger after working on this exceedingly complex transformation journey for one of the largest ITS companies in India. Good day, team. I'm Gaurav Sawant from SAP SuccessFactors, and I'm going to take you through an exciting HXM transformation journey for First Source Solutions Limited. With a global workforce of 28,000 employees, First Source Solutions Limited is a leading provider of business process solutions to more than 100 global businesses. First Source helps its customer by simplifying complex business processes, elevating customer experience through their digital-first, digital now strategy. They also looked to extend this similar experience to the global workforce as a part of their HXM transformation journey. However, they were far from the state when the engagement with SAP started in October 2020. With global complex systems and highly custom ERP packages being run independently by the local regional teams, it was a tough uphill task trying to get all of the disparate systems on a common HR technology platform. Being a technology company themselves, First Source was extremely diligent about the entire product selection process. However, the SAP team mainly focused on the following three value levers as a theme for all our presentations, following a deeper discovery. They were as follows. Number one, helping First Source achieve operational excellence by driving down the bottom line through simplification of HR technology landscape using SAP best practices. Number two, helping them drive up their top line by increasing user productivity by reimagining the user experience and also through rapid upskilling and reskilling employees using HR technology. Number three, decreasing the risk of operations by highlighting globalization as well as localization aspects in SAP and SAP SuccessFactors. The first set of presentations and demos happened in early December 2020. Our global coverage team played really well with First Source global evaluation team. The support from the regional colleagues also helped us establish the value of a single global platform, thus breaking our way ahead from the rest of the local competitors. By this time, First Source has already purchased Qualtrics, which also gave us the opportunity to lead with our integrated employee experience story. Around June 2021, the account dynamics changed with a change in HR leadership at First Source. The SAP SuccessFactors account team led by James, Anisha, and Sejal moved with extreme speed to map these new stakeholders. The ICA team then led from the front with an executive presentation to gain initial mind share through focused messaging of our differentiators as a technology platform. The differentiators deck that we created now has become a go-to collateral for any competitive SuccessFactors engagement in India. With our competitive messaging gaining a lot of ground and traction with First Source Limited, we brought in the big guns by expanding the scope of the solution, bringing solutions like payroll and our pre-built integration with SAP Finance.
So, as part of our connect with the new CHRO, we discovered that an important charter for her was to consolidate their global payroll operations in the multiple countries that they operate out of. And and they had multiple vendors supporting their payroll in each of these geographies, which created multiple challenges for them, such as lack of visibility into payroll costs, visibility issues into regulatory compliances, integration with time and attendance solution, and most importantly, integration with their finance. So we moved in quick to position SuccessFactors Employee Central Payroll, which is a big differentiator for us. And we were given some tricky POC scenarios for their India, US, and UK payroll operations. And true to the spirit of One SAP, we teamed up with our HXM pre-sales colleagues from US and UK. And through these POC scenarios, we were able to demonstrate the value of our solution and demonstrate to them how we can help them manage localization in a self-service fashion, drive significant cost savings in their payroll operations, and seamlessly integrate with finance. Now, this changed the favor in our balance. And at this stage, what seemed to be a comfortable win was not to be, as just a few weeks later, we had another challenge thrown at us for a sandbox activity, and more on this from Warren.
By now, you would have understood our demo discussions and the approach we took for this entire first source engagement and how we differentiated ourselves using our global payroll solution. And that's where it led them to ask a little bit more from our solution. And as the old Chinese proverb goes, if you give man a fish, you feed them for a day. And if you teach them how to feed fish, you feed them for a lifetime. And that's where we had to create a seamless sandboxing experience for them to help them get their hands dirty and understand the real magic behind our SuccessFactors platform. We handcrafted a couple of scenarios for them, which help them understand and appreciate our platform at the foundation level. This helped us get rated well ahead of our primary competitor, that was Oracle. And there were also a couple of reasons why we were rated ahead of them. The first being the structured approach that we took for this entire sandbox activity. Second was the maximum scenarios that we were able to configure on the first source requirements. And third was the overall superior experience that we delivered to them. Isn't this an interesting engagement? Trust me, each day was. And that's where towards the end of this engagement, we all came out a little bit smarter, a little bit wiser, and learned a lot out of this deal. So thank you everyone for taking the time out and understanding